discussing Arsenal business, which is our business. You understand? Yeah, man, because you all know say Arsenal business are full business. That is it. You know what I mean? We can't stop marvel over the situation of us, over the fact that we are in the Champions League final. You know what I mean? And we'll keep on telling people them. And we'll keep on make the haters hate. And we'll keep on make the celebration celebrating police them out. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do best. What do we do best? We upset the odds. Yeah, man. That's what we do best. We upset the odds. We don't play by the rules because the rules state that Arsenal was supposed to flop. We're supposed to drop. We need them knock and all sort of things. But what do we do best? We upset the odds. You know what I mean? We don't like people tell us what to do. So when they tell us that we ain't gonna do it, we're gonna prove that we can. Just because we can. You get me? Yeah. And that is it. That's just how we roll. So when the odds was against us, when everybody and them granny and everybody else, I said Arsenal can't do nothing. Arsenal this and Arsenal that. What we did, we start define the odds again. You know what I mean? Just because, as I said, just because we can, we do it. We don't like people tell we can or we can't. Just because we're Arsenal. You get me? Yeah, man, we are the Arsenal. What's up, Riley? Toxic in the building. Toxic say you're going to sleep. All right, Toxic, big up yourself, man. Appreciate the like that you put on the channel before you leave, you know? Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Not staying long myself. You know what I mean? Not staying long myself. Just started a pop up, pop on, you know, and just chit chat a little bit about the game on Sunday. You get me? Knowing that it's West Ham. You know what I mean? And everybody know when we think about West Ham, we think about Declan Rice. Fact of the fact, right? Can't go around that. So we just wanted to pop on and just talk a little bit about the whole situation and where we are right now. You know what I mean? How far Declan Rice has come, you know, and his versatility and all of that. You get me? I want to talk about the game them a little bit. Tomorrow, Manchester City playing early. You know what I mean? When I say early, I mean Manchester City playing tomorrow, Arsenal playing on Sunday. You get me? And Manchester City have two kind of um heavy game. You know what I mean? Two kind of hard game, which I could say them can maneuver it because it gonna be a fight. Don't expect nothing less than a fight from Brentford and Bournemouth. You get me? Because as I mentioned before, these two teams are optimistic that one of them might get one of them Champions League spot. You know, with the fact that Aston Villa reached the Europa League final, that simply means that there's a there's an extra spot up for grab if Aston Villa manage to win the Europa League final. You get me? So that speaks for itself. You know what I mean? That speaks for itself because Chelsea is now at ninth. You know what I mean? People tend to think that Chelsea gonna get cooked by Liverpool, but I disagree in a Toxic. I ain't gonna lie to you. I disagree. And the reason why I disagree, I mean, like, Liverpool was crushed by a second string, second string Nottingham Forest team. You understand me, say? A second string Nottingham Forest team crushed Liverpool. And that same Nottingham Forest team was crushed by Aston Villa. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not so sure. You know what I mean? There are two teams that pretty much out of form. And I don't know if Chelsea is out of form. That's just Chelsea. Yeah, I think that's just Chelsea. You know what I mean? Liverpool spent 500 mil and got worse, a lot worse. Facts. You know what I mean? Ginger, that's a fact, Ginger. That's a fact. You know what I mean? AR said, "Who is going to win? Arsenal versus PSG in the Hey, if you look at my shirt, man. I only back one team, man. One Arsenal. You know what I mean? Win, lose, draw, or me no know. But you only gonna be one Arsenal, bro. One Arsenal, man. You know what I mean? So back in Arsenal for everything. Everything that you think about right there, so yeah, man. Arsenal were back feet. That is it. That is it. So I like this game. I like this game because the sixth spot is between Beaumont and Brentford right now. If Brentford beat, well, actually, Brentford is kind of a little way. Let's see. Brentford 51 and 52. You know what I'm saying? If Brentford beat Manchester City, they jump above Bournemouth, which is the Champions League spot if Aston Villa win. So therefore, Bournemouth gonna have to play hard to get back to that position. It's gonna be a nice little battle. Plus, both teams have to play with their might to make sure that Brighton don't catch them. You understand what I'm saying? So I think Manchester City gonna have a good look of fight on them, man. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a good look of fight on them, man. Ginger said, people diss Darwin a lot, but I think they were better with Darwin, even if his finishing wasn't great. The thing about all right, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. It's like Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz finishing is not that great, but for some reason he makes the team better. If you understand what I mean, his finishing is not all that, but for some reason when he plays, he makes the team better. I think that's what you mean with Darwin. You know what I mean? Darwin can't finish for shit, but for some reason he kind of make the team better because when he's on the field, chances will be created. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the situation with Kai. When he's on the field, chances will be created. I mean, him himself gonna get at least 2 or 3 chances. He might not score none, but he gonna get the chances. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's the situation. Rigid said Arsenal. Well, I know about all of that now. I don't know about all of that. Arsenal is just a team, man. Arsenal is just a team, Rigid. You know what I mean? I think you want to say good, right? I don't think you want to say God. I think you want to say good, right? Arsenal is good, right? Yeah, for some reason I think that's what you really want to type. Arsenal is good. I agree. Arsenal is a good team. We've come a mighty long way. You know what I mean? We've come far. You know what I'm saying? There was dark times. You know what I mean? There was dark times. And we're grateful that we can see a bit of light now. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, we're grateful. Milia say, Arsenal. Yeah, man, we're here. We're here. You don't know, representing for the Gunners. The Liverpool Chelsea game is early tomorrow. Very, very early tomorrow. So while I'm doing a bunch of cooking tomorrow, you know what I mean, I'm gonna be trying to stay focused on the game, you know, trying to stay focused on the game. Mostly listening because when I'm at work, I really mostly have to listen. You know what I mean? Hello from Kurdistan. Uh, go Gunners. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Appreciate the support, man. Appreciate the support. Love, bro. You got a favorite Jamaican player? All my Jamaican players are my favorite, man. You know what I mean? All my Jamaican players are my favorite. We're looking to the youngsters now to see what they can do for us because um, next 4 years, next World Cup, we gotta make it. You get me? So we need to start building this team from now. You know what I mean? Just to make it happen. But yeah, man. As a Jamaican man, you're gonna just support the team with everything that we got. Ginger said Darwin has a real presence and can make things happen with physical and drive. these second strikers used to get more respect, like Chris Shotton and John Harson. Even guys like Duncan Ferguson. Um, I don't know really why Liverpool team got worse, to be honest with you. And that's the reason why persons solely put it down to the coaching and the coaching staff, because there's no way you should go out and buy one of the hottest strikers in Europe. You know what I'm saying? One of the best midfield, most sort of midfielder. You know what I'm saying? And a couple more players. And instead of your team looking better or getting better, you know what I mean, you sadly barely make it in the Champions League. Barely. You get what I'm saying? And on top of that, you are the defending champions of England, of the Premier League. And if you don't remind people that you are the defending champion of the Premier League, nobody even remembers. And I may say this casually, but it's a fact. You know what I mean? It's a fact. Nobody remembers that you are the defending champions. Why? Because you suck. The team sucked this season. You know what I mean? And honestly, to be honest with you, Ginger, um, when I was looking at the transfer window and when I was looking at these players that Liverpool was buying, I was dreadful of them getting Isak because I thought the league would have been done. When they buy Isak, I'm like, okay, second again for Arsenal for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Because Victor Yakares is not as good as Isak and all of these. These are the things that was coming in my head. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I thought. I'm like, this is done. Liverpool, just give them the trophy before they kick a ball. You get me? And I guarantee you that a lot of people feel the same way. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel the same way. Give them the trophy before they kick a ball. And they start off the season bright. 5 out of 5. You get me? 5 out of 5. They were the one that defeated Arsenal on the fifth game. That cost me not to go live for an entire week. The entire time that we were on international break. Trust me, I didn't turn on my channel at all. You know what I mean? I was hurting, man. I couldn't wait for the games to come back. You know what I'm saying? But when we came back, I mean, like we started propelling, we started going forward. Liverpool started going backwards. You know what I'm saying? It's been a real disappointing season. And as an opposition fan, looking over, as I'm saying, I was expecting fireworks from Liverpool. I honestly was expecting fireworks from Liverpool. You know what I mean? But seemed like them drop the thing them in the water, man, and they can't light. You know what I mean? Them drop them in the water and think of Cursenile. You know what I mean? They drop them in the water and think it's gas. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's the situation with Liverpool right now and where they at, but it's just been a nasty journey for them. But hey, it's good for us. It's good for us. It help us to catch ourselves and you know what I mean, be merry. Um yeah. Bro, if Arsenal win double will be a huge achievement. Of course, definitely. It will be a huge achievement for any team that win the double. Any team that win a double like that. Just like PSG last season win the domestic and the Champions League. It was huge for them, man. Very, very huge. It's the same thing. PSG going after this year again. The domestic and the Champions League. You know what I mean? So trust me, it's gonna be huge. Very, very huge. Yacker has been on fire. I hope he maintain that form too. I hope he maintain that form too. Trust me. I hope the fire get hotter. To be honest, you know what I mean. So I don't really hope he maintain the form. I hope he get in a better form. I hope that fire burn down the whole place, bro. You know what I mean? No joke. Salah gonna leave. Yeah, sadly, sadly. You know what I mean? One of the greatest to grace the Premier League. You know what I mean? And he is there. Nobody can deny him of that. You know what I mean? He is there. You know what I mean? He's gonna leave. Sadly. You know what I mean? Sadly. Salah. Mohamed Salah. That's the name that defenders has come to fear. You know what I mean? But I guess it's time for a new era. You know what I mean? I guess it's time for somebody else to step up and state their claims. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Yakaras will score 30 next year, but he should still be interchangeable with Avers. Well, if Avers is still there, there's no way Victor Yakaras is going to take all the spotlight from Avers. I can promise you that. You know what I mean? Not while Arteta is around. Kai Havertz is a different kind of striker to Victor Yakares. So there's no way. No way. You know what I mean? And I think it's probably gonna be better next season if both are fit and if both stays and going head to head for as a competition. I don't mind internal rivalry. You get me? They need to rival each other, man. That's the only way they're gonna grow. You get me? And I think that it will be fantastic if we can get some of that up and running. You know what I mean? Benefit Arsenal, definitely. Jardy in the building. Jardy said, big up everyone, big up everyone. Donrafsky said, if we beat West Ham today, we win the league. Well, actually, we're playing West Ham tomorrow. We're playing West Ham tomorrow. And I don't think if we beat West Ham today, we win the league. I think if we beat Burnley, still with the hope that something happen with Manchester United. Guys, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Uh, yeah. So I still think if Manchester City drop one more time, drop points one more time, I think that's what we need to guarantee us winning the league. Just Manchester City dropping one more points, getting another draw, and we win our next 2 games. You know what I mean? And that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic. Um, Jordy said, Prim needs some superstar to step in the shoes of some of the players that are gone. Saka, this latter part of the season, looking like he got back his confidence. He can be the next big face of Prim. Saka definitely can be the next big face of Prim, and I don't think Saka confidence was anywhere gone. You know, what I mean, I don't think his confidence went anywhere. Saka has been nursing an injury, and that's the reason why they had to take him out of the team the other day. You know, and as much as they were tempted to play him, I think that just make that injury kind of subside. You know, because he was playing with playing tongue twister. He was playing with a lot of pain, and that was one of the situation that was affecting his form. You get me? If you notice, he wasn't driving at nobody. He wasn't running at nobody. You understand? He wasn't doing that kind of stuff. So yeah. So hopefully that is now behind him, and he can get back to the devastation that he was and that he can be. You know, the nightmare for defenders. And even a Saka that is not fully fit is still feared. Do you realize when these teams approach Saka or they approach him, it's always 2 or 3 players ganging up on him. You know what I mean? It's always like that. You get me? So the respect is there. They have to show respect whether they like it or not. So, you know what I mean? I have no doubt that Saka will be back, man. I have no doubt that um Saka is gonna become probably the next big thing or one of the next big thing in the Prem. You get me? The face of the Premier League. You know what I mean? He's destined for that. He's destined for that. It's just for him to just step up and claim it. I do honestly feel that way. Do you really think we can beat PSG? It will take the performance of a lifetime. If you honestly, I do. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy or it's going to be a walk in the park. No, but we're a completely different team from PSG, right? And PSG may be better at us in attack because there are some fantastic players, man. Kvaratskhelia, and all of them, they have some fantastic. They have the baller. What's his name? Um, yeah, that's his name, right? Can't remember his name right now. But they have that brother that coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the bench. You get me? They have so much fantastic player. Hakimi wasn't even in the team. I think he's been injured. You know what I mean? Hakimi is a problem. Hakimi is loan problems, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that pretty much done Arsenal bad in the semi-final last season. You know? So we're not underestimating this PSG team. They're a fantastic bunch of players, bro. Fantastic bunch of players, to be honest with you. You get me? But anybody that write off this Arsenal team is a fool. And I can be honest with you. Even the PSG coach tell you, he did tell everybody that this Arsenal team is no joke. You get me? It's no joke. People might look at us and they might say, oh, we're not scoring 4 and 5 goals like PSG. You know what I mean? But that's where they're looking wrong. They're not looking at the completeness of the balance that our team brings from back to front and from front to back. You know what I mean? We have a workhorse for a team. You get me? And as much as we don't score as much as them on a team, we don't concede as much as them on a team as well. You get me? So people have to understand and look at the balance of what's going on. You know what I mean? We're a balanced team. You know, we're solid from front to back and from back to front. We're not overly solid in the front, but we're exceptional in the back. You get me? And as they always say, your forward, your strikers win your games, but your defense win your title. So we're gonna put that to test on the 30th. We're gonna put that to the test on the 30th. Let's see. We were hoping that we could get back at least one of the two players that still left injured in Timber, you know. But the reports that are going out make it sound like it's really far off. You get me? Yeah, make it sound like it's really far off. So let us see. Let us see. Ben White is the person that is there right now. You get me? It's a worrying sight sometimes, but Ben White last game was fantastic. You get me? Against Kvaratskhelia still. Um, I'm gonna think it's kind of a mismatch, as somebody said before. You get me? But hey, again, you may never know what kind of Ben White turn up, because Ben White on his day is no joke, and he looks like he's coming back to the Ben White that we knew. That last game was fantastic, so let's see if he can improve on that and get better. All right. That final will be close 50-50. I do think so, for real. It's a big if, but if Arsenal have everyone fit, I don't care who play for PSG, Arsenal win that game. I 100% agree with that. Gonna for life. 100% agree with that. Let's come in. Bless up your damn self, Resco. How you feeling? Oh shit. See, Resco say I'm worried about West Ham game. West Ham, no man, not do that, man. Give them some credit, man. Give them some props. You get me? Give them some props. It's gonna be a ratted game, you know. It's gonna be a hell of a game. You get me? But you have to understand what's at stake for Arsenal. You know what I mean? Arsenal are a better team than West Ham, first and foremost. You get me? So what's at stake for West Ham and what's at stake for Arsenal is what it's gonna come down to bring out the performance. You get me? Who wants it more? Because we all know if Arsenal turn up, no matter what West Ham turn up, if Arsenal turn up, it's done. You know what I mean? But if West Ham turn up and Arsenal down, then guess what? They're gonna hand themselves a blow. You get me? So there's no doubt about the situation. It's gonna be a rough game. No doubt. It's gonna be a nail biting game, I think. You know what I mean? Or it might not. As I said, depends on which Arsenal turn up. But nevertheless, West Ham is fighting, and the last few games I watched them in, they went down swinging. You get me? They went down swinging. So you have to give them that. You have to give them that. So for sure, for sure, we are guaranteed that we're gonna have a fight on our hands. You know what I mean? But the boys should be up for it, man. You know what I mean? To be honest, the boys should be up for it. Trust me. I'm looking forward to that. Gunners for Life said City 1, Brentford 2. You heard it here first. Okay, sir. We're hoping that that's a fact. You know what I mean? Even if we get Brentford 1 and City 1, that'll do too. Yeah, we ain't picky. We ain't trying to be too greedy. You know what I mean? If Brentford 1 and City 1, that will do just fine. That will do just fine. You understand? Yeah. So let's see. Let's see. Some interesting game. Some interesting game. Um, yeah, Manchester City and Brentford. Some interesting game will come on. So yeah. I cannot see Arsenal messing it up with 3 games left. No way. I don't see it either, to be honest with you, Jordy. I do not see that either. You know what I mean? We're too close and it's way too important. You know what I'm saying? It's way, way too important. At the end of the day, I think a lot of people are misreading the game as well. West Ham are going to go for it because they need to win. You know what I'm saying? They need to win. And because they need to win, they're going to play hard. They're going to go on attack. And if Arteta chooses the right team, and any team that attack Arsenal, they know the outcome of that. So that's why I said it might be rough tomorrow or it might be easy. All depends on the team that Arteta chose. Arteta chose our attacking team tomorrow. When West Ham do that break, we have the defense can handle them. But when that counter-attacking pressure hit them, they better can be able to handle that. So yeah, I think City drop points to Brentford. I think City drop points to Bournemouth. You know what I mean? This Brentford team, I'm not so sure. And I mean, they're a good team, but they have dipped in form a little bit, I think. Yeah, they have dipped in form a little bit, I think. So I'm more banking on the fact that Bournemouth might do a job. Still not writing out Brentford, though, to be honest with you. I'm not writing out Brentford. I'm just kind of more optimistic that if we go and get a job done by one of these teams, it might be more of a Bournemouth than a City. I'm just saying. Who knows? I might be wrong. I might be wrong. So let us see. Let us see. Um, yeah. But a Manchester City dropping point would be fantastic for us now. You know what I mean? That would be fantastic for us now. No joke. Jordan said, no, I think Bournemouth will get beat because they will play football. Brentford have physical and long ball. And that's the thing. That's why I don't think they will get beat. Because when you play football against City, they tend to get rattled. That's the reason why they didn't beat Everton. Realize when they come back against Everton, when Everton started defending the 3 goals, that's when City came back. But when Everton was attacking and pressing on City, they couldn't handle that. They don't like that. They do not like that. You get where I'm coming from? They do not like that at all. If the team that played against Fulham was the team that played against Manchester City, I don't think we would have lost that game. I honestly don't think we would have lost that game. They do not like to be pressed. And that's what almost gave Everton a win. You understand? So I think Bournemouth have a better chance because of their style of play than Brentford. Brentford is going to sit back and they're going to soak up. And you don't want to do that with Manchester City. Now, Manchester City love to attack and they're relentless in attacking, but they're uncomfortable defending. You get me? Yeah, they are more uncomfortable defending, and you could see that even their best defender made too much mistake because they were being pressured. Gay, look how much Gay was the one that almost cost them the game. because they were being pressured. So that's the reason why I think Bournemouth is a team that most likely will take the points from them. Because if Brentford score against Manchester City, especially if they score first, they're going to defend. And trust me, you don't want to defend because guess what? You're going to give them the momentum, and when they score, their momentum is going to stay, is going to stick, and that's going to cause problem. You get me? So yeah, my hopes are more hanging on to Bournemouth than Brentford. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But let me know what you guys think, though. Let me know what you guys think. Uh, well, that's what I said. Uh, Marcus Silva and Santos are Arteta good friends. Don't worry. It's Chelsea and Villa. Don't like Arsenal. We should be worried about. We're not worried about Chelsea. You know, what I mean, Chelsea don't have anything to do with us on the title race anymore. Villa is the one that we're worried about. You know, what I mean, Aston Villa is a prick. They're the one that we need to worry about. You get me? I think they're the one that gonna show the match on the last day. You get me? So that's the reason why we need to um, hope that Brentford or Bournemouth or both of them can do a job. Because we don't want to leave it to Aston Villa to do shit. Especially if they win the Europa League. They're done. They're gonna get 10. They're gonna make Manchester City score 10. Definitely. Definitely. Uh yeah. So Riley, you sound like your nose stuffy, bro. Recovering from the cold. It's not really cold, it's my sinus acted up on me. I don't know what's going on with my sinus, man. My sinus just kind of trigger off and it just kind of block. You know? But hey, the work have to go on, right? Yeah, I'll be fine, man. I'll be fine. I'll be good. A couple nights sleep and Arsenal winning on Sunday should get rid of all of that. You get me? Yeah. Um, them, what's it? Them, the boss. Say, yo, man, love the channel. I got a question, brother. Shoot, man, shoot. Newcastle will win the league next year. Really? Paul, why you come to that conclusion? Oh, you reached there. I would like to know how you reached there. No joke. No joke. Newcastle winning the league next season. What insight do you got that we don't? Uh, ginger tea, my brother. Ginger tea and a little honey. Yeah, yeah, for real. And some garlic too. And some garlic too. That should do the trick for real. That should do the trick. Losing Isak give us a big setback. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Eketike was playing better than Isak even before Isak got injured. So I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know. Paul said, I believe we will get a good striker. You just bought two strikers last season. Two. You bought two strikers last season. You think you're gonna go in the market for a striker again? Without Champions League football as well? I don't know. How you gonna get a good striker without Champions League football? I mean, like, I know y'all supposed to have some good scout because y'all always finding some good ballers. Plus, y'all might lose some of y'all ballers as well. You know what I mean? Y'all might lose some of y'all ballers as well. So I don't know, bro. Really think about what you're saying. I guarantee you, y'all gonna lose some of the ballers that you got. So y'all gonna have to start over in some positions. You know what I mean? Tonali should be going. You know what I mean? I heard that Manchester United is red hot on him. And Manchester United offers Champions League football this season. You get me? Yeah, Manchester United offer Champions League football this season. So I don't know. What you think? Yeah. I said, and if the will get us a good striker. Jordan said April Fool has long gone. We saw an older made no good, yeah, but y'all just bought them. Y'all still just bought them. They said Sandra no leaving. Let's see, bro. Sandra is a hot topic this season. Very, very hot topic. So I believe that somebody gonna take him. I believe somebody gonna take him. Trust me. Yep. City or Arsenal have the Premier League title locked for the next 3 or 4 seasons. Maybe Man United could get in there, but everyone else is finished. I know, you know. No, I don't even know. It depends on what goes on with City coach. I'm being honest with you. It depends on what goes on with the coach because if Pep leave, I don't think City maintain that. You know what I mean? I do not think City maintain that if Pep leaves, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Do you have a job? Okay. If anything, he could go back to Italy. Nah, I think he said he want to stay in the Premier League. He said he want to stay in the Premier League. Paul said, respect my brother. Big up yourself, Paul. Big up yourself. Make sure you subscribe to the channel before you go. All right? Subscribe to the channel, man. We love to have you over here. Appreciate the reasoning ability. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. My respect. I'm saying, nah, if Arsenal win the league, we win it again next season, playing like 22, 23, 24 seasons. And the thing about it is, we're going to strengthen. You know, we definitely going to strengthen. We might buy another striker. We might sell somebody. We're going to definitely probably sell some players as well. We definitely need a left winger. You know, we definitely need a left winger. So, you know what I mean? I think we're going to get better, man. I honestly think we're going to get better. And I think we might win it again for a couple seasons well. And definitely, if we win the Champions League, I think we're just going to open up a kind of room right there. You get me? If we win the Champions League, I think we open up a kind of run right there. Uh, 1 second, guys. Oh, okay. I agree. If Arsenal win the league this season, we have a period of dominance. I totally agree. Totally agree. As I said, we will also get some better players. So it will be fantastic for real. Paul said, why do people worry what's in your pocket? They not paying your bills. It's okay, Paul. We don't even worry about them. I just accidentally read it because my eyes did glance it first before I utter it out my mouth. I don't even give those people recognition. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's okay. Don't worry about them. We have persons on the channel to deal with them, so they'll be all right. Uh, I want to see 100 shots against West Ham. Damn. It's not going to be a practice session, Gunners for Life. No, no, no. It's not going to be a practice session, man. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. It's not going to be a practice session. 100 shots? That's a training drill right there. Nah, I'm not in England, man. I'm not in England. Nah. But we, hey, I'm a Jamaican, man. I'm a Jamaican. I'm in Alaska, USA. Damn. How's the weather like over there? You guys having some good weather or what? Nick All Antonio. Keith in the building. It's cold. I bet it will be cold. Keith, I know you'll show up eventually, man. I know you'll show up. Your team going to a final, so of course you'll show up. You know what I mean? Of course you'll show up. But unlike you, I want y'all to win, man. Unlike you, and y'all putting 8 against Arsenal, that's not how I view football, man. You know what I mean? We all support English team. You know what I mean? So English team in the final, I'm rooting for you guys, man. You know what I mean? Just like I'm rooting for Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? I don't do corruption with the football. You know what I mean? When we're in England, we're rivals. But when we step out of England, we're allies. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, we're ally. That is it. That's how I view the thing, isn't it? Yes, I. Yes, I. You gotta. Yeah, so that's how I view situations. Uh Keith is a fraud. True, true that. Keith, I true that. Keith, you know I true that, right? Keith come back from hiding when Villa in the final. Yeah, he been hiding them because guess what? Villa been sucking in the league. You get me? Yeah, man, Villa been sucking in the league. I want to stay with you guys for 20 more minutes, so let me get myself a rag a bit. I'll be back. Y'all guys stay, okay? Mm. Yeah, Keith, why you like that, Keith? Why you like that? You know what I mean? You just disappear from the stream and all of a sudden West Ham went. I didn't even see you when y'all lose the first leg. But no, you win the second leg and in the final, so here you are. uh, so of course I was hiding, shameless losing to Spurs. I ain't gonna lie though. You're right. You're right. That was very shameless, man. That's shameful, bad. Spurs. You know how long Spurs haven't won a game? And you guys gifted them one? That was disgraceful, man. Trust me. But that's Aston Villa for you. That's Unai Emery. That's Unai Emery. Oh yeah. Arsenal will replace Trossard, the legend in waiting, and should do better than Marino, unless they decide Skelly is the mini party replacement guy. I think Skelly gonna step up, man. I think it's a Skelly season next season. You know what I mean? Again. Yeah, I think it's a Skelly season next season again. So yeah. Jordi, yeah, bro. I did say if we make the final, we'll win it. Yeah, I think you guys gonna win it though. Gabriel Jesus and Alvarez. Jesus definitely gonna go. Alvarez, I think, is a hit and miss. You know what I mean? Alvarez wage is really hefty. So can we get somebody to buy him, then take on those wages? It's a lot. It's a lot. If Arsenal win league and Champions League, Trossard will be a legend. He has been pivotal last few games. Every single player on this team gonna be a legend, man. You know what I mean? Every single player on this team gonna be a legend, not just Trossard. Every single player gonna be a legend. That's a big achievement, man. That's the first time we'd have done that. You guys have to remember these things. Yeah. Paul said Arsenal got lucky. Got lucky with what? How did we get lucky? I'm doing what? You can't get lucky all season. No, luck doesn't work like that. You just get lucky all season to reach a final and in a pole position to win the league. Nah, man. Don't say that. Chris in the building, Chris 40 AC. Why is everybody named Chris seem to be a Liverpool fan? No joke, Chris. No, no joke. For real, everybody named Chris seem to be a Liverpool fan. Anyway, big up Liverpool. Chris, what's going on with the team this season, man? 500 mil. You know what I mean? And instead of you get better, you got worse. Do you think that next season is your season? You know what I mean? What's your take? What's your take on your season, on your upcoming season? Because this season's already done for y'all, you know? So, yeah, talk to me. Keith said I haven't been here since the Spurs game. I was still in hibernation. I ain't gonna lie, Jen. My community love hibernation. Y'all love hibernation. Trust me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Uh, this year, Man City was playing football like they should have. There was, but yet still they're in second place. So how did we get lucky? I don't know about every player. Not Madwake and Jesus are these guys. I don't know. Madwake. No, guys. Madwake. Damn. Madwake is like a little headache. Arnold is the new Ronaldo. Man City wasn't playing at their potential. Arsenal have been playing with injuries all season, so I don't get the difference. I really don't understand the difference. You have to utilize what you have. You know what I mean? Manchester City didn't do that well. You get me? They didn't do that until when they went in the transfer market. We've been utilizing what we have. When we were short a striker, Marino was doing it for us. You get me? We were interchanging central defenders as wing backs. You know what I mean? We've been doing it all to survive. You get me? So what's the difference between them and us? Why people find excuses for these other teams around us but just tend to sink Arsenal every single chance? We have to be real about the situation. We've been playing with injury all season. There was a point for several games we had no Carvers, no Victoria Kers, no Saka, no Odegaard, no Marino. That's half of the starting lineup right there. You know what I'm saying? Half of them. We have to be using Madwake. We have to be using. Hey, come on, man. We know what's going on. We do. Um, Surely you won't bottle it to Fries and Burger FC. Chris said, I'm a Manchester United fan. No, I don't like Liverpool anymore. Chris, you switch teams. Why is that? I don't understand that switch though. But anyway, big up Chris, the former Liverpool fan that's now a Manchester United fan. You understand? Yes, that is it. That is it. The former Liverpool fan that's now a Manchester. Yeah, that is it. Big up Chris. Big up Chris. Oh, you got from a Liverpool to Man U fan. It's like me going from Newcastle to Sunderland. I don't know. You got no Newcastle to Sunderland. That's a deeper rivalry. You know what I mean? Liverpool and Manchester United are rivalry, but a Liverpool and Sunderland, you're talking about a Manchester City and Manchester United situation. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying still, because they're rival over the years, but it's just like, yeah, yeah. I even want to mention that. Yeah. But Jordan Norway losing the final. Emery has been to 5 final and lost one. And guess which team he lost with? Emery is a bottler, man. Emery is a crosses. That's why he should have gotten fired on the spot when he lost that game. Trust me, he should have gotten fired. You know what I mean? Yeah. Alan is better than any player at Arsenal. Paul, you just sounding kind of salty now, man. I don't know what's going on with you. You know what I mean? You started out so promising, man, but you're sounding kind of salty now. Trust me. Chris said, but if Arsenal win Champions League, I will be an Arsenal fan. Chris, you need to get your priorities straight, man. What's going on? You're just wherever. Chris, you know what? Yeah, you're cool. Subscribe to the channel, all right? You're where the winners are. Chris is where the winners are. Chris is a winner. Of course. Why not? Chris is a winner. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jordan said we don't want you. Sorry if you wasn't an Arsenal fan doing the banter times where everyone laugh at us. Don't join now. Well, that's a fact, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Chris. Jordan have a point. You know what I mean? We've been through some stuff, Chris. We've been through some stuff. More than you can manage. Because you seem to jump ship very fast. You know what I mean? Your foot seem to be very movative. Is that a word? Yeah, man, your foot them seem to move fast. So you jump ship very fast. And trust me, you'd have been jumping ship and running away from this ship. So all we've been through some stuff, bro. We've been through some stuff, no lie. You know? But hey, thanks be to God. We're we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, yeah. Um, what's that say? Ill Billy John. I'm a Hotspur fan. I not like Arsenal. We know. It's okay, man. It's okay. We don't like y'all either. It's fine. But you can subscribe to the channel though. You know what I mean? So we can talk about it some more. Alright? Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel so we can talk about it some more. It is what it is. Football is football. Okay? We know one of our boat, Gabriel Jesus and Haverus will go cause of wage. Trossard cause of age. Martin might go because of wage, but I doubt. Odegaard and Eze will give one season. There is okay, coach. Gunners for life. Coach have spoken. Yep. Yeah, real talk. Thought these Arsenal fans have been through a lot. We've been through enough, man. Trust me. You know what I mean? We can't take wagons. We can't take wagons. Sorry. You have to understand the pain to be an Arsenal fan in order to be an Arsenal fan. Trust me, you have to understand the pain. Being an Arsenal fan, you see that red? We've been bleeding that red for a long while now. You get me? We've been bleeding the red. We're not just wearing it, we're bleeding it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the reason why I don't understand how people. Oh, you're gonna hate an Arsenal team that been through so much. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. I swear. You can't hate an Arsenal team that been through so much. We've been through too much, man. You know what I mean? You gotta love the success. You gotta love the achievement. You know what I mean? You gotta give a thanks, man. Come on. You see me? Chris, you're a bandwagon fan. Yeah, Chris is jumping on anything that's moving, man. Chris trying to go places. You know what I mean? Think Chris is a joke? Chris trying to go places, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Chris said I was an Arsenal fan when Henry was there and Perez. Why you leave? Dennis said a lot of Manchester City fans are plastic. I don't want that to happen to us. Well, the thing about Manchester City, you have to understand this. Manchester City really is just gaining fans. You know what I mean? Over the past, what, 15 years? Since they find that oil underneath the stadium. You know what I mean? Since they dig up underneath the stadium and find that oil, you know what I mean? And they started pumping in all that money, that's when they started pumping in all that fans. You get me? So just watch and see. When Pep leave, you know what I mean? They're gonna dip. And their fans gonna dip with them. Some of their fans gonna dip with them. And guess who you gonna know they dip? They're gonna know they dip because they're gonna go quiet. And then if Manchester City decide to have another peak season or so, then they're gonna rise again, they're gonna come back. You know what I mean? But that's the reason why people need to respect us now. Because we're loud all the time. Even when we're playing crap. Even for the past 22 years that we haven't won shit. We've been loud. You know what I mean? I'm proud. You get me? So yeah, we're just proud to be Arsenal fans. And that's what people don't understand. That's why they're scared of us winning the league. Because if we were making so much noise when we were not winning shit, can you imagine the noise when we winning? I understand their fear. I do. I do understand their fear. You see, the other day, for the first time in a long time, every single Arsenal fan cried some happy tears. Every single Arsenal fan cried some happy tears. Instead of crying based on sorrow and all of that. Every single Arsenal fan was crying, and it was one type of tears, tears of joy for reaching a Champions League semi-final. I'm sorry, Champions League final. You get me? Every Arsenal fan was on the same page. There was party. I was partying right here. Right here. still partying. You understand what I'm saying? That is it. So yeah, we've been through some stuff. So leave us, let us be great, man. You know what I mean? Let us be great. We deserve it. Y'all don't think so? Yeah, man, we deserve it, man. We deserve it. Yeah. Dennis said a lot of my oh yeah, Dennis is the one that just said that. Newcastle fans are irrelevant, man. No, man. Newcastle fans are them good. Oh, you see, Paul is going. Paul probably joined the community already, so it's part of us now. But Paul, they can do banter over here as well. So make sure you can handle the pressure, right? Because trust me, they are brutal when they're ready. Trust me, they're brutal when they're ready. When you see this chat when you see this chat have a lot of blue, like Jordy, whenever you see this chat have a lot of blue, it's gonna be brutal. When it's just a few persons, it's okay. But when you see too much blue in this chat, because all the moderators or most of the moderators are from different clubs. You understand? Most of the moderators are from different clubs. So it normally get brutal. You get me? Yeah. And that's when it gets nice. Yeah, that's when it gets nice. So don't be afraid, man. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Y'all can join the channel, subscribe to the thing. You know what I mean? Be a part of what's going on here. You know what I mean? It's a channel of love in spite of everything. Get me? That is it. So Henry, my favorite player of all time. Yeah, most of us. Broke my heart when he left Arsenal, but you know what I mean, it's alright. We still love him. Arsenal is still his team. He's still a king. You know what I mean? Yeah. No other player get that respect that leaves. No. None. That is it. Yeah. Chris is just a troll. uh Jaspal say you okay, boy? I'm good, man. Why? I'm good, I'm blessed. I'm good. I was a Newcastle fan when we had Sesko. Catching up back with the chat because the chat seemed to be spreading. Paul said we need to fire Eddie O. uh, Sean said, do you like baked bean? What? Baked bean? Oh, yeah, we watch internet too, man. What's wrong? Fire Eddie O and hire Pep. And I think that's going to happen. I think the Premier League working Pep too hard. Yeah. Um, that's what I hate the most, though, Riley. Knowing that when we start succeeding, a lot of glory hunters will jump on the bandwagon. At the end of the day, they can jump all they want. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's what life is. People bandwagonists are just gonna be bandwagonists. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna change because they persons just want success. You know what I mean? They don't want to go through the pain or the burden or nothing to get it. They just want to reap. And we understand that. That's just how persons are. You get me? But we're here. You know what I mean? We've been here and we will be here. You get me? So it will be all right. You know what I mean? Wagonists can jump all they want. That's fine. It is what it is. That's just how I look at it. Third biggest team in England, about to win the league trophy in the okay. Keith trying to diss us. Okay, Keith. Everything cool. He said that pissed me off too. I'm not a fan of that. But we can't even do nothing about it though. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I said You know what I mean? It's whatever. You know what I mean? We can't even do nothing about it. You have persons that are looking for teams to support and persons that are looking for winning teams to support as well. You know what I mean? Who knows? They have to start from somewhere. They have to start from somewhere. You know what I mean? Only hope in this process we get some genuine fans. You know what I mean? Along with the glory hunters, only hope we get some genuine fans. You know what I mean? Some would stay with the club through thick and thin. Hopefully we stay in thick. You know what I mean? Hopefully we stay up there this time around. You get me? But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. Mavropanos. Mavropanos. Shout out Mavropanos. Uh, I'm a true Newcastle fan. Big up yourself, Paul, of course. It's a bomber clot. Big up yourself, you. Big up yourself. Well, guys, I've lasted long. You know, I mean, I did a whole hour. You know, I did a whole hour. The voice is kind of rattled now and all of that. Uh, so I'm going to call it a quiz for tonight. Thank you guys for staying up with me. You know what I mean? Thank you guys for the chat. You know what I mean? I appreciate the persons that pass through. Thank you guys for subscribing. You know what I mean? Big up everybody that like the channel as well. You know what I mean? It means a lot. Tomorrow we have some games on. You know what I mean? One of the most interesting games on for us tomorrow will be that Manchester City versus Brentford game. You know what I mean? But before we reach there, we might get a little laugh. You know what I mean? Yeah, we might get a little laugh when our little bitty London neighbors, you know what I mean? Yes, our little bitty London neighbors take on Liverpool in the morning. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is it. That is it. So some good games on tomorrow. Some good games on tomorrow. Sunderland and Manchester United should be a good game too. Yeah, Sunderland and Man U should be a good game too. Uh yeah. So let's see. Palace and Everton, another good one. And everybody know the big one. West Ham and Arsenal. Fire. Fire. But people, appreciate y'all for keeping my company. Thanks a lot. We will talk again tomorrow after these games. All right? Blessed and love. Peace out.